knowledge isn't power. Application of knowledge is power. So if knowledge isn't power and therefore it's not value, I should share knowledge for free because I know it's only the application of that knowledge that creates value. Right? I think that's the open source ethos. And it's the same with context over content. You need to know what you're going to do with it. You need to have some application. Otherwise, you just sat on reams and reams of content. You're not creating value because of that. Right. You've just got a giant wiki and a huge database. Like, who cares?
I'm going to a birthday party later tonight, and this person's turning 60. And is 60 old or is it young? Well, ask an 8-year-old or ask an 80-year-old. Without context, it doesn't really matter. And the answer to the question is something completely different. I mean, my other favorite one is going 50 miles an hour. Well, are you on a bicycle or are you in a Corvette? Yeah. Makes a big difference.
The way this modern work manifesto came about, I spend half my time outside Atlassian, right, with companies of all shapes and sizes. Sometimes startups, scale-ups, right, a whole lot of fun tech stuff and non-tech and biotech, whatever. And then a whole lot of like established enterprise. The barnacles are welded to the bottom of that ship, right? They're 200 years old and they find it hard to change. But the thing is, every time I chat to them, they're like, here's the thing we're trying to achieve. And you're like, cool, why are you looking at Spotify? If you're an insurance company, why don't you want to be the best insurance company for your customers? And why don't you try and understand what they need? Because they're not looking to you for a music streaming service. I love Spotify, but if we put the same companies on the same pedestals, I think that's the wrong aspiration versus saying, what's the context of my industry, my environment, my sector, my customers, and how do I delight them? I think you're going to make way more valuable steps in that process. It might not be as sexy, but you'll build a sustainable company that can thrive. This is building a PR message of we were going to do squads and be more like Spotify. And I'm like, but why? Right? That's not the environment you're in, right? You're in a bike and I'm in a car, so I am going to go faster. That doesn't mean you're not going fast.